The jewelry game just got hit with another viral headline, but what's actually true? That question started spreading across hip-hop social media after posts began circulating that Johnny Dang had allegedly been arrested for selling fake jewelry. Within hours, reaction pages, live streams, and comment sections were filled with speculation. Some users treated the claim as fact, while others questioned where the story had even started. As people searched for answers, screenshots, old videos, and past controversies were reposted alongside the rumor. Before long, the internet was connecting unrelated clips and previous interviews into one dramatic narrative, even though many posts failed to identify a verified source for the central claim. That's when the conversation took an unexpected turn. Instead of focusing only on the rumor itself, fans began debating trust, authenticity, and reputation in the custom jewelry business. After years of seeing rappers proudly show off expensive chains, watches, and diamond pieces, many started asking a bigger question. How much do artists really know about the jewelry they buy? And how quickly can one unverified viral claim reshape public opinion? Before anyone jumped to conclusions, it's important to separate confirmed reporting from online speculation. Because sometimes the biggest story isn't the rumor itself. It's how fast millions of people react before the facts are fully established. For years, Johnny Dang has been one of the most recognizable names in hip-hop jewelry. His custom grills, diamond chains, watches, and pendants have appeared in countless music videos, award shows, and social media posts. Artists from different generations have publicly worn pieces associated with his business, making his name closely tied to rap culture and luxury branding. That visibility is exactly why any headline connected to him spread so quickly. When someone becomes associated with so many high-profile artists, even an unverified rumor can generate enormous attention. Fans naturally begin asking whether the story affects only one individual or whether it raises larger questions about trust, authenticity, and business practices across the custom jewelry industry. Over the years, hip-hop has treated jewelry as more than fashion. For many artists, expensive chains and custom pieces symbolize success, personal milestones, and financial achievement. Custom designs often carry emotional meaning, representing albums, crews, hometowns, or family members. Because of that, jewelers who build long-term relationships with artists become trusted figures rather than ordinary retailers. That relationship explains why the latest online discussion immediately drew attention from fans and commentators alike. As rumors circulated, social media users revisited older interviews where rappers discussed buying jewelry, evaluating diamonds, and choosing trusted jewelers. Clips featuring conversations about craftsmanship, certification, and custom design resurfaced, even though most had originally been recorded long before the current rumor appeared. Those older videos quickly became part of the conversation. Some viewers interpreted them as useful background about the jewelry business. Others mistakenly treated them as responses to the latest claims, even though they were created in entirely different contexts. This is how many modern internet narratives develop. A new rumor appears. Older content is rediscovered. Commentary channel connects separate moments into one larger storyline. And before long, audiences are consuming a mixture of confirmed history, archived interviews, and current speculation, without always knowing where one ends and the next begins. As more creators discussed the rumor, another debate emerged. Instead of asking only whether the claim itself was accurate, viewers started questioning how authenticity is established in the custom jewelry world. Discussions about grading reports, laboratory certification, craftsmanship, resale value, and consumer trust became increasingly common in comment sections. Some fans argue that established jewelers build reputations over many years and should not be judged solely by viral rumors. Others believe that any serious allegation, even if unverified, deserved careful scrutiny before being dismissed. That difference in perspective fueled even more engagement. Reaction channels began revisiting past business stories involving luxury jewelry, comparing unrelated controversies, and encouraging viewers to draw their own conclusions. While these comparisons created compelling content, they did not necessarily establish any factual connection to the current rumor. By this point, the discussion had already grown beyond one headline. It had become a broader conversation about reputation, perception, and the speed at which social media can reshape public opinion. And that growing debate set the stage for the first major conflict, where the internet search for answers would prove almost as influential as the original rumor itself. The real conflict didn't begin with an arrest record. It began with a headline. Within a matter of hours, social media feeds were flooded with posts claiming that Johnny Dang had been arrested over allegations involving fake jewelry. The wording varied from page to page, but the emotional impact was the same. People reacted before they knew where the claim had originated. Reaction channels immediately picked up the topic. Some creators asked whether the story was true. Others repeated the claim while showing screenshots from other accounts instead of pointing to official records or credible reporting. As more videos appeared, viewers started assuming there must be solid evidence simply because so many people were discussing it. That assumption became the first major twist. The conversation was growing much faster than the publicly verifiable information. Fans began searching for proof. They looked through news articles, court databases, police statements, and official announcements. At the same time, older videos of Johnny Dang working with rappers resurfaced across social media. Clips showing him presenting custom chains, watches, and grills were reposted beside the new rumor, even though those videos had been recorded long before the claim began circulating. The internet quickly connected unrelated content. One creator discussed diamond grading. Another talked about counterfeit luxury goods. Someone else revisited past interviews about jewelry craftsmanship. Before long, viewers were watching a single narrative built from pieces that originally had nothing to do with one another. That changed the discussion. Instead of focusing only on whether the rumor was accurate, audiences started asking broader questions. How are custom diamonds authenticated? How do artists verify expensive jewelry? What protections exist when someone spends hundreds of thousands of dollars on custom pieces? Those questions generated more engagement than the original claim itself. Industry commentators explained that reputable jewelers typically provide documentation, grading reports of qualifying diamonds, and detailed explanations about materials and craftsmanship. They also noted that custom jewelry can vary significantly depending on design, stone selection, and client preferences, making broad assumptions difficult without specific evidence. Meanwhile, fans remain divided. Some argue that no one should be judged based on viral posts alone. Others believed any widely shared allegation deserved careful scrutiny until more facts became available. That disagreement fueled another wave of reaction videos. Creators compared headlines, checked timestamps, and traced where the story first appeared online. In many cases, they found that later posts were simply repeating earlier social media claims rather than citing independent verification. The more people investigated, the more obvious it became that the internet itself had become part of the story. The biggest question was no longer just whether the rumor was true. It was how quickly an unverified claim could spread across millions of screens and reshape public perception before the facts had fully caught up. And just when that debate reached its peak, another wave of reactions shifted attention from the rumor itself to the wider issue of trust, reputation, and credibility in hip-hop's luxury jewelry world. The story continued growing, but not because of new confirmed developments. Instead, more creators began reacting to each other. One video would analyze the original viral post. Another would respond to that analysis. A third creator would react to both, adding older interview clips and screenshots from social media. Before long, the discussion had become an internet feedback loop where commentary was generating more commentary. That was the second major twist. The biggest source of new content wasn't new evidence. It was a reaction itself. Hip-hop pages started asking broader questions about the jewelry business. Fans discussed how artists choose jewelers, what certifications are commonly used for diamonds, and why long-term reputation matters in an industry built heavily on trust and repeat clients. Many rappers have publicly spoken over the years about building relationships with jewelers they know personally. For custom work worth tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, trust is often just as important as craftsmanship. Because of that, any viral claim involving a well-known jeweler naturally attracts attention across the music industry. At the same time, several creators reminded viewers that online rumors should not be confused with verified reporting. They encourage audiences to wait for reliable information before reaching conclusions, noting that viral posts often spread much faster than official updates. The debate soon expanded beyond one individual. People began discussing how social media can shape public perception almost instantly. Some argue that a person's reputation can be affected within hours by a trending post, regardless of whether the underlying claim is ultimately supported by evidence. Others emphasize the importance of checking original sources before sharing dramatic headlines. Reddit users attempted to trace the rumor back to its earliest appearance, comparing timestamps and identifying how the story evolved as it moved across different platforms. They found that wording changed over time, with later posts often sounding more definitive than the earliest versions. That observation became one of the biggest talking points. It highlighted how repeated reposting can gradually transform uncertainty into apparent certainty, even when little publicly verified information has changed. By now, the discussion wasn't just about jewelry. It had become a conversation about credibility, influence, and the speed of modern online media. And as millions of people continued debating the story, one thing became increasingly clear. The public reaction had become much larger than the original viral claim itself. As the conversation continued spreading across social media, the biggest impact wasn't coming from new information. It was coming from the reactions. Fans, creators, and hip-hop commentators all had different opinions about how quickly the story developed and how audiences should respond to viral claims involving public figures. On X, discussions moved in several directions at once. Some users criticized people for sharing serious accusations without confirmed sources. They argued that a viral post should not automatically be treated as proof, especially when someone's reputation and business are involved. Others focused on the larger conversation about trust in the jewelry industry. They shared stories about buying luxury items, learning about diamonds, and understanding the importance of documentation and transparency when making expensive purchases. Instagram pages added another layer. Large hip-hop accounts posted reaction graphics and discussion threads that attracted thousands of comments. Some followers expressed surprise that the topic became so popular, while others said it reflected a bigger curiosity about the connection between rappers, luxury brands, and the businesses behind the scenes. YouTube creators also played a major role in shaping the conversation. Some channels approached the topic through media analysis, explaining how rumors spread and why audiences should look for reliable sources. Other channels focus more on the entertainment side, discussing the cultural importance of jewelry and hip-hop and why fans pay attention whenever a major figure in that world becomes part of a trending conversation. The emotional side of the debate became impossible to ignore. For many fans, jewelers connected to hip-hop are not just business owners. They are part of the culture. They appear in music videos, attend industry events, and build relationships with artists over many years. Because of that visibility, discussions involving them often feel personal to the communities that follow rap closely. At the same time, others pointed out that public reputation comes with responsibility. They argue that businesses connected to celebrities operate under intense attention, meaning transparency and clear communication are always important. This disagreement created a much larger discussion. How should audiences react when a serious claim appears online? Should people immediately share information to raise awareness? Or should they wait until reliable sources confirm the details? Those questions became the real focus. The situation showed how modern entertainment news works. A single post can reach millions of people within minutes. Reaction videos can appear before official statements. And audiences can form strong opinions before the complete picture becomes available. Eventually, many viewers return to the same message. Wait for facts. Check sources. Separate confirmed information from speculation. Because in an era where every phone can become a broadcasting platform, the responsibility to verify information has become more important than ever. And as the conversation continued evolving, one final question remained. When a viral story takes on a life of its own, can the truth ever catch up with the speed of the internet? After days of discussion, reactions, and countless posts across social media, the biggest lesson from the entire situation became something many people didn't expect. The story was no longer just about a headline. It was about how quickly a headline can become a worldwide conversation before the facts behind it are fully understood. As viewers went back through the earliest posts, they started noticing something important. The language changed. What started as questions and speculation slowly became more confident statements as the story moved from one account to another. Each repost removed a little more context. Each reaction video added a new opinion. And eventually, many people watching the conversation for the first time couldn't tell where the original information ended and online interpretation began. That became the final twist. The biggest development wasn't a new clip or shocking reveal. It was a realization that the internet had created its own version of the story. different communities saw different things. Some viewers focus on protecting reputation and waiting for verified information. Others focus on the larger issues surrounding celebrity businesses, luxury markets, and consumer trust. Both conversations existed at the same time, and both were influenced by the way information was presented. This is the challenge of modern entertainment news. A rumor can travel faster than a correction. A dramatic thumbnail can attract more attention than a detailed explanation. And a short clip can sometimes create a stronger reaction than the full context behind it. The situation became another example of why audiences have to look beyond the headline. Because in today's media environment, the first version of a story people see is not always a final version. The biggest question moving forward is not just what people believe about this particular conversation. It's whether audiences will slow down long enough to separate fact from speculation in the next viral story. Because there will always be another headline, another trending topic, another moment where millions of people react before all the information arrives. And when that next story appears, the same question will return. Are we watching the facts unfold? Or are we watching the internet create a story in real time? After looking at every angle of this situation, one thing is clear. The biggest conversation is not just about one viral headline. It's about how quickly information spreads in today's hip-hop world and how important it is to separate confirmed facts from online speculation. Social media has changed the way fans experience entertainment news. A single post can create millions of reactions within hours. Reaction channels, comment sections, and fan pages can turn one topic into a worldwide discussion almost instantly. But with that speed comes responsibility. Before believing any major claim, it's important to look for reliable sources, official statements, and complete context. So now we want to hear from you. What do you think about the way this story spread online? Do you think social media moves too quickly when it comes to serious claims? Or do you think fans are right to discuss and question major topics involving the people they follow? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let us know your perspective. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more hip-hop stories, industry discussions, and deep dives into the biggest conversations happening in music. Because in today's world, the story isn't only about what happens. It's also about how people react, how information travels, and how the public decides what deserves attention. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.